Hey there. So we're going to do the explore section in this video. It's going to cover the explore section. So what we're going to do, we're going to start out with a little bit of an experiment, a demonstration. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to investigate a chemical reaction with a familiar example of burning a candle. So when a candle burns, the methane, so when a candle burns, the methane from the candle wax is reacting with the oxygen in the air. So the result is the flame. So carbon dioxide and the water. So you get the flame, the carbon dioxide in the air, and water. So watch. So what? I don't know if you can see. I don't have my camera turned on. So Mhm. I have a candle, and I'm going to turn the jar over, and put out the flame. And if you can't see this, I have, if you click on the picture of the candle, then you can see this on the video as well. So then the flame goes out, and then you've got your smoke that goes up. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to explain explore a little bit on why that happened. Okay, so first thing you're going to do in your student worksheet is you're going to explore those, make some observations about what just happened. So watch, and if you want to do this at home, with parent permission, obviously, is put a candle, light a candle, and then just kind of snuff it out using a jar, and then see what happens. Okay, and then write those observations down. And then what we're going to do is we're going to figure out the mystery of the extinguished candle. We're going to have to figure out the chemical reaction and how that happens. Okay, so we're going to look at this chemical reaction in here. All right, so we're going to practice. This is the chemical reaction for burning a candle. First, you have your methane. This is the chemical, the molecule for methane, CH4. Then we have two oxygen molecules. So we have two O2 molecules. And then that's the reactant side. And then the product side over here, we have CO2, which is carbon dioxide. And then we have two H2O water molecules. Okay. So what do we notice about the atoms on the left side and the right side? So do we notice anything about them at all? Okay. And where do the atoms come from that make the carbon dioxide in the water? Where do those atoms come from? Do they come just out of the air, or do they come from somewhere over here? Okay, those are what we're going to talk about today. And what molecules over here did we take away when we put the jar on top of the candle? So what went away when we snuffed out that candle? What happened? Okay, so those are the things that we're going to talk about today. So in order to figure that out, what we need to do is better understand this chemical equation. All right, and by doing that, we're going to have to just break this apart. So what you're going to do is we're going to break this apart, and you're going to use it in your student worksheet. Okay, so we're going to do this as a group. So in your student worksheet, and notice that this is backwards. So in your student worksheet, if that's backwards, you can go ahead and fix it. You're going to put down how many carbons are on the left side and how many are on the right side. So if you look, there's one carbon right here, C, is on the left side, and there's only one carbon on the right side. So they're both gray, okay? So that's one on each. Then how many hydrogens do you have on the left side right here? So H4, so there's 4 hydrogens right here. So I'm going to put a 4 here. So how many hydrogens are over here? So I have H2 okay? I have 2 right here. Those are the white ones. So I have 2 of those, but then I have 2 hydrogen atoms, so that's going to be 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay? Then I have my oxygen. How many oxygens do I have on the left side? So I have O2, which is 2 here, but I have 2 of them. So that's going to be 4. All right, so I have 4 over here. And then how many do I have on this side? So I have O2, so that's oxygen is the red ones. Okay, so I have 2 here. But then over here I have um, O right here, but I have 2 of those, so I have 2 more. So I have 4. So if I counted those, I would have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 molecules on this side. And I'm going to have 9 molecules on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So what that's called is that's called conservation of matter. And that's an important concept because what that means is that means that I didn't get rid of anything. Whatever we started with, we ended with. Everything is the same. The molecules are the same. They're just in a different order. You notice that my carbon is the gray one, right? I still have carbon over here. It's just attached to something else. I still have oxygen and hydrogen. They're just rearranged and attached to something else. Okay, so that's an important concept to remember. All right. So then think about, can you now explain the mystery of the extinguished candle? Why do you think the flame went out when the jar was put over the candle? What molecule on the left side did we take away? What went away when we snuffed out that candle? Okay, what went away? All right. So hopefully that helps. So if you have to understand that whatever's on the left is also on the right. It may not be in the same order, but it's always going to be there. That's called conservation of matter. Okay, that's an important concept to remember. All right, that's going to play in to the next assignment.